Well, it's Monday, 14th, knocking on 2:15 in the afternoon. Just got home a little bit ago from the movies. My daughter and I went and saw Captain America 2. It was awesome. So she's really into those Marvel movies, and I must confess I like them also. I don't watch a whole lot of TV or shows or anything like that, but that one was, that movie was good. So we had a good time, her and I. My wife and the other two went and got their nails done, so it's all good. But anyway, we're taking off for a couple days, so I'm trying to get some stuff done today. My ultimate goal would be to have this thing in primer tonight, but that's probably not going to happen. There's just too much work left to be done. So what I am going to do, what will get done today, I should say, is I'm going to finish welding everything that needs to be welded. These gussets, my shock brackets. What else? I need to work on this a little bit, cut that tab off. I think there's a little bit of welding I got to do on the bottom of that. And then my my airbag brackets, they need to be welded as well. So we're going to work on those. We're going to get all this welding done. It's actually a considerable amount. So, I mean, it's not too much. It's just a pretty good amount that needs to get done. So we're going to work on that, get that all knocked out, and then after that's done, do all the sanding to clean up the welds, get everything nice and smooth, and ready to get primer on it. So if I could get that done today, I'll be happy. If I get primer on it today, I'll be ecstatic, because it's got to sit for a few hours, you know, of course, before I paint it. But I don't know, it's a lot of work to get done today, so we'll see. But we're going to at least get it ready for primer, and then when I get back from my trip, I can prime it one day and then paint it the next. But and then the axle, that'll get, we'll get the other brackets built for that and put on. I may do that before I paint it, but I want to get this thing in primer first. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll bring you guys back when I got something. See you in a bit. Alright, I got the fan on because it's knocking on 90 degrees today. It's warm, but got the, those are all stitched in, all the gussets. The brackets are stitched in. Obviously I haven't cleaned the flux off of them yet. I'm using flux cord because I don't have any gas. So just got to do a little more cleaning up, that's all. But doesn't bother me anyway. I'm going to be cleaning it up anyway. So anyway, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the button. I can't remember what I talked about before, but anyway, these are all burned in. I have a couple more welds to do. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do them because they're actually on the underneath side of these. I think what I'm going to have to do is roll the axle out of the way. Which is kind of a pain because I don't really have a place to put it, but that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to take it off anyway to put my, or to paint the thing. So, and that's kind of another issue that I'm trying to think of the best way to hold it up while I paint it. I got a couple ideas. Oh, the other thing I got to do is I got to put some holes in this, in the bottom part of this bridge for my bump stops. So I think right now, before I do any more, I'm going to try and get this axle out of here. I think I might actually stand it up on the tire over here, so it'll be out of the way here. Otherwise, I just, you know, I'm out of room out here, so I got to get my bike back in here. Otherwise, I'd put it up there. But anyway, maybe I'll stick it over there, stand it up. But most of the fluid's gone. If it drains some out, I'm not worried about it. The brake pad, the drums are empty. The pads and everything aren't in there, so don't have to worry about any grease getting on those. Anyway, I'm going to figure that out. It's one more thing to trip over that I'm trying to avoid, but we'll figure something out. So I'm going to do that right now and then get back to work. I'll bring you guys back when I got some more. Just got to take those off now. And the brackets I'll take off because those will all get reshot. I'm going to say that thing is heavy, especially with the wheels and tires on it. That was not fun. I had barely enough clearance because of the tire. The clearance, I had about a, I don't know, maybe 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch between here and the axle tube to get it picked up, stood up, and then moved over there. So yeah, that was fun. I'll probably move the truck forward somehow before I put it back under. Alright guys, making a little bracket. I'm going to weld onto the bottom of this arch in here. I'm going to drill a hole here, here, and here. 5/8 holes, and then I'll weld a nut in here and a nut in this one, and then this will just be clearance for my bump stop nut. Then there'll be another plate like this one that bolts to this one. This one will be welded into the frame. So it's kind of like a capture nut thing. But this is how I'm going to do it. I'll show you guys a little bit. Alright, got all the holes drilled, both plates. I got a bolt inside the washer. It's a nylock, but that's what I have left. That stuff will melt out, but I plan on using Loctite, so it's all good. Anyway, and I got just the camera here. I don't know if you can see. Kinda. I got a good sized washer underneath here, and then a clamp that's holding the bolt flush with the bottom. Nice. So when I weld it in, this thing will still sit flat. I'll surface it a little bit if I need to, but anyway, I'm going to burn these in, then I'll pull the bolts out, then I'll do that one, and then we'll go from there. Be back in a bit. Alright, so I was 3 for 4. I got 3 bolts just fine. Messed up one. Here's one of my little creations. This will go welded up inside of here. There'll be holes. They'll go this way. There'll be holes drilled in this, so this fits up in there nice. Then I'll have to drill a hole right here where that is to actually, you know what, now that I think about it, I don't have to have one of those. Anyway, well, this will be a nice plug weld is what that'll be. So this one was fine. This one I didn't wait long enough to take the bolt out, and I pulled the threads out. So what I'm going to do is I cut that off, cut it off, ground it nice. I'm going to go ahead and put another, I'm going to drop it on the ground, then I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put another one on here, weld that one on, let it cool down smooth, and then I'll run a bolt in it to hold it in place, then we'll weld that one on. It'll be good. Said it's all going up inside the frame, so it doesn't matter that it sticks up a little bit further. So anyway, just got to fix this quick mistake, and then I'll be back on it. Alright guys, see, it is 8:07 now. I honestly don't remember what time I started out here, but I know I showed it at the beginning of my video. I know it's been a while, but anyway, the shock mounts are welded in, and I trimmed them. They're not going to look perfect because of the way this angle comes out, so it's just going to be kind of an optical illusion, but they are in and trimmed. Should be trimmed plenty. So I need to take a little bit off this one right here, but that's okay. I haven't not done sanding yet. I got my, see if you can see it, there you go. My basically capture nuts for my bump stops, which I'm going to build those. I'll show you guys real quick how those will be. Got my bump stop here. So I'll take this disc and drill that hole out bigger so it fits over this. Weld the nut, get it off here, weld the nut on there. Then this will be welded in a little piece of pipe like this. It's going to be significantly shorter. And there'll be a plate on top like so with 2 bolt holes drilled in it, and then this will bolt up to that location. It won't be anywhere near this tall. I mean, it's going to be like maybe like that. So, and this will be supported nice, and that'll work. I'll put a couple little fins out if I have to, but I don't think I'll need to because it's not going to be tall enough, and it doesn't take side to side. It's just up and down. You know, there's a tiny bit of side to side, but it'll be fine. But anyway, what I'm going to do next is trim these off. I think I used that cut off disc to its maximum capability. So put a new cutting disc on that. I'll trim that off, and then I'll put the grinding stone on there. Grind all this stuff down, then I'll put the sanding stone on there. Come through and sand it all smooth, and then we'll be damn near ready for paint. But I don't know if you guys have ever done this work before. It's a lot of work. All the welding that I did, welded a lot today. And then I had to fabricate those 2 pieces welded those in. I had to adjust, zoomed out, I guess it is. Had to weld in those axle brackets, but they actually turned out pretty nice. I haven't even cleaned them up yet. These are gonna look good. Those welds turned out nice, so that's a good thing. They're not going anywhere, but oh, I'm glad I started talking. I gotta put my airbag brackets in. So yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Back to work. Well, it's official. All the fabrication and welding are done. Everything's on here that needs to be on here. I may have to put a tab on for my airbag stuff, my compressor, you know, all that stuff, but probably not. Those will probably just be bolted up. But I trimmed the bottom of those. The airbag mounts are welded in. The shock mounts are welded in. The gussets are welded in. The tower is welded in. The drive shaft tower is welded in. My boxing plates are welded in. My little mounts I built for my future bump stops are welded in. So the frame is done. Done. The only thing I have left to do now is finish up the axle. So I got to fabricate my shock mounts, which I have a couple of them already started, and I got to fabricate my bump stops, but those will be fairly easy. Now one thing, oh yeah, it's also time for a beer. I think it's knocking on 10 o'clock now, so I put a good 8 hours in. I took about a 10-minute break while I ate dinner, and that's about it. I've been out here busting my butt all day, so that's done. I wanted to clean up all my welds and all that kind of stuff today, but that's not going to happen. It's, you know, it's knocking on 10 o'clock. I don't work after that. It's just not right, especially since it's a weeknight. Even though I'm on vacation, the kids are on vacation, other people got to work in the morning, so I don't play that way. So anyway, I'm going to clean up just a touch up here, not too much, because I got to go in and pack for a couple, or we're going out of town for a couple days. Got to go pack for my trip and get some rest because we're leaving early in the morning. But other than that, I am done out here. I'm not going to clean up. I'll clean up when I get home, since I still have to grind all my welds down, smooth everything out, and take the paint off of here and all that kind of stuff. Since I still have to do that, I figured no reason to sweep the floor or anything yet. But yeah, other than that, hopefully Thursday night I'll do that. Hopefully Friday morning I could come out here and put some primer on it, and then either Friday night or Saturday morning, hopefully I can get some of that single stage black on here, and I'll call the rear half of the frame good. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a good week. It's Monday, like I said. Hope you guys have a good week. I won't be back out here till Thursday or Friday. You know, Thursday at the earliest, probably Friday. But hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys have a good holiday. And we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks again for all the comments, subscriptions, and compliments, suggestions, all that kind of stuff. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, that's about it. So you guys be good. We'll talk to you later.